Hey, Pastor Ron here, continuing our guardrail series this past Sunday, talking about guardrails in our relationships, placing those boundaries that protect us and our relationship with God. You know, I made the statement, or we talked about, if you're with a group of people, if you're wanting to go to Florida and you're with a group of people that's going to California, you're never going to get to Florida. You're going to California. Listen, it matters. Having, those guardrails in place to protect us. And listen, I just say that's not saying anything bad or judgmental or negative about anyone. Listen, I'm not perfect. By no means am I perfect, nor is anybody else. But listen, where we're going and what we're doing with our life is important, especially when we're talking about our relationship with God. So I want to challenge you to continue to focus on where those guardrails need to be, where those places of protection. If someone's asking you to do something that compromises who you are, compromises your beliefs, you probably need a guardrail there. If you're in situations that, are placing you in those circumstances and in those places, if you find yourself, all of a sudden thinking, or making an excuse of why that might be okay now when your whole life it's not been, you probably need some guardrails. Listen, relationships are a part of life. They're amazing, but they can also be dangerous. So I just want to challenge you this week, and also remember the example of Jesus. Jesus knew who he was, and he knew the message that he proclaimed. It didn't keep him from people. In fact, it drew him to people. Jesus spent a lot of time with people that other people wouldn't spend a second with. That's who Jesus was, because he loved them that much. But he also understood where to go. He also understood when to leave. He also understood those boundaries and those places where those guardrails needed to be. So just challenging you to do the same thing. Grow your relationships with other people. Just make sure they're safe. Make sure that you're growing. This has been a CPC Minute.